Hello everyone and welcome to our SE 320 Unity Games project called Medieval Mayhem. Our game is a single-player boss rush type game where you need to defeat 3 sub-levels and 3 bosses in order to unlock a secret stage. And then if you defeat that stage, you finally beat the game. But if you die, you will be sent back to the very beginning of the game. So, as the name says that our game is within a medieval era. You play as a hero trying to save a kingdom at the brink of extinction or destruction. And you will meet with several people on your way throughout the game. So now let's start the game. As you can see that there's only one and a single stage named Forest. This is the initial stage you will be starting the game. Once it's loaded, you'll be sent to this sub-level before the boss. You meet with the merchant, Ronsfeld, and he says that he needs your help to save the kingdom, and he wishes us good luck. Now we defeat these spiders. There are 3 spiders and a hawk at the end of the map. If you defeat all of them, you will be going to the boss area, the first boss. The 3 levels within the game are forest, graveyard, and finally the castle, each with their own respective boss. And now let's quickly defeat the boar. These can hit you as well. As you can see, if we get hit, we flash white for a second. This lantern indicates that we are now onto the first boss. And if we come here and press P on the keyboard, we will be loading onto the first boss battle, which is the Chief Bandit. We need to hit him 4 times, and he needs to hit us 6 times to defeat us. Now let's move on with the graveyard, second stage. The same layout, the colors are different, the backgrounds are different, and the dialogues of Romsfeld changes. He mentions that we have defeated the bandit chief, now on to your next challenge. And now we move and meet with another character named Archmage Magus. He also knows of our success, and he says that we shall face the bringer of death, and he wishes us good luck as well. So we move through the map, and we face off against a mini-boss named Spectre. He can face to the ground if you just get too close to him. You need to hit his belt a few times and he will die. And then you can proceed to the boss area. The second lantern indicates that we are in the second boss. Now we enter. And here's the bringer of death. If you come too close to him, he will teleport to your back. He also takes 6 hits to defeat. And now to the last one, Castle. Romsfeld's dialogue also changes. We have defeated the bringer of death, now on to the next and maybe final challenge. He mentions maybe because there's a secret level. You talk with Magus again, and he will also say that you have defeated him and you will be facing off the prince, and talk with the paladin in the end, which is here. But before you talk with the paladin, you face off against the golden knight. It's like a mini boss, same with the Spectre. You need to hit him 5 times to defeat him. Then you'll talk with the paladin named Palladius. And he says that you will face off against the prince himself. You come here, the third lantern is lit, and you talk with the prince's personal bodyguard. And then you're loaded here. Prince also takes 6 hits, but he needs to hit you 4 times. He's a hard hitter. And now if you just manage to complete all of these without dying, Romsfeld appears and says that click on the green potion to go into the secret level. Secret level is the wasteland. This is a 2-phase boss fight. The first one is an unpushable dwarf that takes 10 hits. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. He's dead. And now the second phase starts. It's a golem, toxic guardian. He only needs to punch you 3 times. The third one, you're dead. If you defeat him, you will be completing the game. Now on to more detailed explanation of the game. Now we click on the forest, the loading scene appears. And now we are in this part. We click on several objects. For now, let's start with the merchant. Romsfeld has a trigger zone here. that detects the player. If you get close to him, he will start dialogue and the music starts playing. He has an audio source component here. If you get outside of the zone, the music stops. There's a bird, as you can see here. The bird goes between 4 points. The bird keeps looping infinitely. And then there are these enemies. These enemies have big circles and smaller circles. The big circle is a detection radius. If you get close to it, they will follow you. This red colored box is the attack zone. If you get inside of this, the spider will trigger the attack animation, and if you stand within the smaller circle, you are attacked. These only take 2 hits, and the board takes 3 hits. Let's just do the same things. Yeah, as you can see, spider died. We move on to the third one. And now the boar will be our last enemy before we complete this stage. So let's quickly defeat the boar in 3 hits. Let's just jump. And then there's the teleportation object. There's also a trigger zone in this one. And if you come close to it and press P, you'll be teleported to the boss area. The boss itself operates the same way as the little ones do. It has the detection radius. It has the box attack zone trigger and the circle, which is the attack hitbox, the same. This goes on with the same methods for each and every single character. So let me just show you. Archmage Magus is the same version of the merchant guy. He has a text box of his own and an audio source using the same song. Then we have the Spectre. His collider is below his body, like at the lower parts, as you can see, because he can face to the ground. And if he goes underground, you can't hit him. You need to lure him up to like this area, and then you can attack him. And then finally, let me go to the sub-level parts here and open the castle. This is the same. The Golden Knight uses the same attack patterns and the attack mechanism as the lights. The first bandit guy. This paladin, or the Palladius, is the same with the merchant and the archmage. And the object appears here is the knight to prince. It is now disabled as the code says. And if you go back to the wasteland, don't save. There's the Emerald Paladin. If you jump, he will attack you. He is also set to 900 as the weight and 400 max health. He's a tanky guy. And then we have the Toxic Guardian. He's a very big guy. He has 2 circles. The first one is the awakening zone, and the second one is the following zone. And within the code, there are 3 main classes. The Bandit Combat class is the player's battle script. It contains speed, jump force, animator components, attack range, attack damage, and the layers used to check if the target object is an enemy or not. It contains a method here to load the scene by pressing P. It also has a die method here. If as you can see, if the health is below 0, the characters is that boolean will be set to true, and then the object will be disabled. Enemy is a bit modified version of the player. It only holds the variables for health, animator, the disappear method, movement, and the portal. And finally, the movement contains these box casts, the red ones, and the detection zones, the circles here, as you can see. It also contains a method named flip, which means that if the player goes to the right, the other side of the enemy, it will be switching the directions. Yeah, that was all. Thank you for listening.